What's up, guys? Here you are again for another reaction. So today we're ready to continue our journey of reactions to live music metal type. Guys, will be the last metal type of music I will be reacting for a while. Afterwards I will jump to more pop, hip hop type. Guys, my channel is not a niche. It's not something that you go and you found only things that you like. This channel is for everyone. Is a worldwide type of channel. There is not like things that I will avoid. I will go to everything. I will go from Black Sabbath to Justin Bieber. I will try all the things that the world has to offer to us, and then I will of course give my thoughts if I like it or not. But yes, I decided to go with 10 metal type of soundtracks. This will be the 10th. I saved the 10th for a Metallica soundtrack. Even though I'm a huge fan of Metallica, I listened most of their soundtracks. There is still some soundtracks that I have not listened to yet, because I'm not like a huge fan. I liked Metallica a lot. Is, if not my favorite band of all time, is definitely like in my top 3, top 5. I'm not dumb, but you can tell these guys are incredible. Yes, the soundtrack name I decided to go with is the Outlaw Torn. I didn't look on certain soundtracks of them, which one I should have gone with, and I liked the entrance at least from this soundtrack. So let's have a look on what this soundtrack is all about. It's 9 minutes. I just listened to 10 or 15 seconds, so there is so much still to go deep on. I have not have any clue about the lyrics, so we're gonna also analyze it well. Yes, I've not decided to go with, for example, Master Puppets or Fade to Black, because those are the soundtracks that we have stick in our heads. I want something different. I want something more fresh, And this is a soundtrack of 1996, I believe. So it's more a fresh type of a Metallica soundtrack, even though they are still doing soundtracks. So yeah, it's still old school, but when I think about an old school Metallica soundtrack, is a sound from 1984, for example. Those are the raw type of Metallica soundtrack. Yes, guys. As always, before we jump to Metallica, the Outlaw Torn live, I think he's in London. Please keep me with love, energy by subscribing my channel. Just one click can make much more happier, stronger, so with the right mentor to keep me things we guys almost every day. Yes, as always, hope for having fun. And let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Slow pace, I like how James is like enjoying himself, almost having an orgasm. Incredible, guys. I just love this soundtrack. It's so smooth, so the melody, it's kind of like, it's a metal type of song to listen when you are high, kind of. Looks so good, man. These guys, they can go to anything, guys. There is no boundaries with these guys. Look at, like, they go from Master Puppets to this type of soundtrack. Let's go. Come on, James.
And now I wait my whole lifetime for you. And now I wait my whole dirt, I ride the tide. For you, I search the outside, search inside. For you.
Well, guys, let's have a look on these lyrics. I think Metallica soundtracks, there are what, a lot of related with bully or more like drugs, I think, like struggling with drugs, yeah. And now I wait my whole lifetime for you. I ride the dirt, I ride the tide for you. I search the outside, search inside for you. This is a metaphor, you know. Let's see if we'll get to know what this actually means based on what is coming ahead on the lyrics, you know. Guys, I'm also curious to see if you'll be having now a harder part on this soundtrack, you know, because so far it's very slow pace, this melody, you know. I think a more aggressive type of melody at a certain point on the soundtrack will feel so good, will feel so great. Let's see.
Take back what you left me. You know I'll always burn to be the one who seeks, so I may find. So wanna wait my whole lifetime.
Guys, I need to make a quick research about. I'm not sure what the meaning of torn, you know. Okay, so basically, torn is a past participle of tear, but here it stands for more like is an outlaw dude that acts like in a way that looks smooth, looks like he doesn't feel any type of pressure, you know. No matter what type of danger he might be in, he is the man, you know. It's like Clint Eastwood on his old school movies, you know, like always like giving the look that no matter what, he feels like we will outsmart you, you know. That's like what Outlaw Torn stands for here, you know. Yes, guys, let's keep going. Looks good, the soundtrack so far.
Search, the more my need for you. The more I bless, the more I bleed.
I like the now how he stands the you know, for you. So on I wait my whole lifetime for you. The more I search, the more my need for you. Yeah. So it's like. You think this is what? Because when you are in a drug, the more you look for a drug, the more you need that drug. The more obsessive you get toward the drug. Might be like a struggle that he had with any drug or alcohol, you know. The more I bless, the more I bleed for you. That's not that easy to understand, but anyway, guys, let's keep going.
For you, that's the clock and fail. I'd rather die behind the wheel. Time was never on my side, so wanna wait my whole lifetime. I'm outlaw I'm outlaw. I'm outlaw.
Well, guys, so I'm still like trying to figure out, what this soundtrack stands for. And if I close my mind in fear, please pry it open. And if my face becomes sincere, be aware. Wow. Also, this soundtrack so far 4 minutes and a half. This soundtrack has to be on their top 3 most slow-paced type of soundtracks. I never thought Metallica had a soundtrack so slow, but very well built, and how he applies vocals on this type of soundtrack, the quickness of it, It's a fucking slow-paced soundtrack, Yes, guys, I'm still enjoying it a lot, Of course, you need to adapt yourself to this type of soundtrack. If you come to this soundtrack expecting to be like Master of Puppets, or Seek and Destroy, you're gonna burn yourself. But you need to slowly start to adapt to soundtrack. Actually, like reading the lyrics makes a lot of sense. The soundtrack to be built this way, because I'm Outlaw Torn. An Outlaw Torn is an outlaw that goes slowly, approaches the danger slowly. And that's why they decided to go with a melody this time, guys. It's good.
If I start to come undone, stitch me together. If you see me strut, remind me of what left this outlaw tour.
Love the bass, Oh yeah, Lars, come on. Yeah, I see. Outlaw Torn, exactly. The soundtrack needs to be built this way. Even the solo is slow paced, guys. Okay, guys, before we go to this more aggressive part. Wow! So we are having actually a more aggressive type of melody after 6 fucking minutes. So I'm pretty sure, the last 30 seconds before this point on this soundtrack was already a solo being built. Slow paced because they decided to stick with this melody. But now we are entering to a more aggressive solo. And that's why even the audience, you could tell, like, they were waiting for this moment, Because this is the type of soundtrack that puts you, like, in a state of mind for what will come ahead will actually, like, create a bigger impact than what you are used to, Let's go.
Close my mind in fear. Please pry it open. If my face becomes sincere, beware. Woman, if I start to come undone, stitch me together. If you see me strut, remind me of what left this outlaw tour.
So this last verse, the verse that appeared already before, but I didn't analyze it well. And this last verse is more if everything goes wrong, And when I start to come undone, maybe like, what? when he will be losing the battle against certain type of drug, end of his life, But he wants still like to people to remind me that he was an outlaw turn, Stitch me together if he's coming undone, and if you see me shut, if you see me like breaking down, remind me of what left this outlaw turn. There you go. Come here. Bass here, man, looks so good. This looks like this soundtrack. If I would like try to grab a scene of where this soundtrack would fit, or what this soundtrack represents, it's like a scene, for example, a superhero on a bridge, a bridge. It's about kind of like to fall, to break apart, and is the superhero saving the day in a slow motion, But kind of like that's how he is, and that's why he feels so badass, basically, Let's come here. Joy. Oh yeah. Yeah. Great. Yeah, baby.
That's the Outlaw Torn for you, London Town. We'll be like
Guys, what a great soundtrack, Great experience, man. Now this ending, now everything made sense, I'm trying to put myself on why they... Okay, let's make it the soundtrack slow pace, got an aggressive solo, around like what 70% of the soundtrack, and then in the end when I end a little bit more aggressive as well. So it's like he is an outlaw Thor, a dude that is completely chilled, but works in a outlaw world. He looks with a lot of danger. I'm not sure if like Thorn, what I'm getting about Thorn is am I having the right impression of it? It can be the outlaw, the dude that breaks everything, Tyr apart, Tyr, Thorn, outlaw Thorn. I'm the outlaw guy that breaks everything apart, I cannot like control myself regarding drugs, control myself regarding any type of thing that we might consider like a crime type, drugs, bully, alcohol, whatever, guys. Everything that we feel is regard an outlaw, yes, but makes a lot of sense if would be more regarding him being a chilled outlaw, because yeah, makes sense, like to create a soundtrack around that, he being the man, he being a dude that no matter how rough the situation is, you will step in and we'll have like a more type of pure approach, you know, a more type of peculiar type of move set, you know, while in the danger zone, you know. And that's why the soundtrack being built that way, you know, fits well. If I think well, if I think that way, fits well, you know, the soundtrack. Yes, guys, 9 minutes. Imagine being in a studio and try to mold a soundtrack based on what an Outlaw Torn will be. You know, that's like how you create a soundtrack. You think about a character, you think about an emotion, you try to create a soundtrack around it. That's like what Hans Zimmer, for instance, is doing. You know, then Christopher Nolan throws in a movie or an emotion that will be very present on a movie, for example, Missing Someone, and then Hans Zimmer will be creating a soundtrack including that emotion a lot, you know. And that's what they did with this soundtrack. They thought about, if I was an Outlaw Torn, our soundtrack would fit well me acting on a certain type of situation, you know. Great, guys. Yes, guys, enough talk. Hopefully you enjoy my reaction to this incredible Metallica soundtrack. I will definitely getting back to them in the future. Like I mentioned, I will not keep doing my reactions to a metal type of soundtracks. I'll go with hip hop and pop to get like at least 10 of each. Those are the two genres that I missed more soundtracks to react to, and I want variety in my channel actually, you know, guys. So yeah, hopefully you guys understand. But we'll definitely come to them in the future. So don't lose hope on me, you know. Pretty sure you'll be happy by subscribing my channel, because I'm also doing other type of stuff that you might enjoy, like movies, animes, series, and even gaming, you know. So stay tuned, guys. Yes, yeah. Comment whatever you think I should know about the soundtrack before I put it to the side. Share with your friends. They might like to watch someone else react to these incredible soundtracks and these incredible bands. And subscribe to the channel, guys. Keep doing love energy, so keep strong with the right mental to continue listening to you guys. Yes, as always, hope you're having fun, and most important of all, stay safe, guys. Have a good one. Thank you.